I arrived to Puerto Rico 3 months ago, and I already have a baby girl here. So that's how Chilean does, really fast. The thing, what I wanted to share with you guys today is like, what is my experience, spending the last 4 or 5 years working in an international program as Start-Up Chile in Chile. And what are the things that I, met here during these 3 months? Because the reality is that I have met pretty much everyone. I have sit in the table with all the players in the ecosystem to understand what is the uniqueness about Puerto Rico, what is the identity that they have to be able to create a program that is tailor-made for them. So, who am I? My name is Sebastian Vidal. I'm a Chilean, and I spent the last 4 to 5 years working in a program that ended up having a great success all over the world, which is Start-Up Chile. I was fortunate enough to work with more than 1,000 startups in the last 4 years from 75 different countries. So today I can say, if you want to work in the Indian market, I probably have 5 to 10 to 15 companies to reach out there, which is amazing, how the global ecosystem is composed. And we ended up ranking one of the top 5 tech ecosystems, emerging ecosystems around the world. Also, I have invested the little money that I have. I don't have savings. I already have a startup investment, which my wife always told me that is a bad decision, but I will keep doing it. So what we did is we changed the entrepreneurial mindset in Chile. If you go to Chile now, everyone is thinking about startups. Like if you go to a university, they are thinking about startups. If you go to a company, they are investing in their own people to create startups and to create open innovation. That's huge in a country that is in the far end of the world. So we put Chile in the map, and Startup Chile was a government-funded program. So we also make a government look cooler. It was a government. We are government employees, and nobody believes that. So it puts the Chilean country in the map as well. So what I want to talk today is what is happening out there and how Puerto Rico can have a position inside that world. And after 5 years, we developed certain expertise, an expertise that relies on what is happening in these emerging countries and how they can do things differently. And I specifically worked side by side with these 5 countries alongside with the World Bank to understand how they can improve their tech ecosystems. And I work with South Korea, Brazil, that's Lebanon, Malaysia, and Peru. And all of them different challenges and all of them different advantages. And the reality is that today there's 52 countries doing a startup country. And the problem is the vast majority of them wants to be Silicon Valley. They all want to have unicorns, they all want to, they create the silicon whatever and the whatever valley. And that's a mistake. It's a huge mistake because each ecosystem has different uniqueness. It has different advantages. And if you look at the world as a global hub, just don't look at US or whatever, the global hub, you have very interesting things happening. Like in Asia, for example, like Hong Kong or Malaysia, or whatever or South Korea even, they are developing technologies. There's a huge market maker space there. They are building stuff, they're selling stuff. And they're leveraging on the technology that they have to create startups, which is amazing. In Africa, for example, entrepreneurs are solving the most important problems of the world. Those problems are really, really big. And they're focusing on that. They're having great results, and people are investing on those startups as well. Latin America, we don't know yet, but we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of talent. The talent is going everywhere. We have some sort of a role. So what is the role that I'm playing in this global hub? That's the main question. In general, there's a lack of identity. Everyone wants to be Silicon Valley. And what Puerto Rico has, and what I have discovered in the last 3 months and the last 6 months that I have been in contact with the ecosystem here, is there is a uniqueness. There is something that you actually can explode in a good way. There is a huge potential here. And it's based on a platform that had everything that it takes. basically from here, you are 4 hours from Bogota, you are 6 or 8 hours from Madrid, you're 3 hours from New York. This is like in the middle of everything, and that's huge for startups. So I think great lifestyle, and I put great lifestyle in the beginning, not because you can go to the beach and laid back and relax, which you can do that also, but it's because when I spoke with entrepreneurs here, some of them, foreign entrepreneurs that are decided to come here, and not millionaires, but people that decided to do business here, they don't say anything about tax incentives in the first place. They said great coffee, good internet in Santurce, which are things that are really easy, and you don't think about those things in the beginning. So lifestyle, that's why I put it in the first place. Strategic map position, I already told you, but it's in the middle of everything. Tax incentives, of course, they are important. It saves you a lot of money. And the U.S. infrastructure that can protect you, and that's I think is important. A vibrant startup community, and this is, I think, probably the most important part, because the people is here and the people is passionate about what they're doing. That every single component in the ecosystem is passionate, even though what is happening out there or the political scenario or the economical scenario, and super supportive. And for a startup, that's probably the key of everything. So time is in our side. That means that we are, today a New York company that has 3 people with 3 laptops, they can close the laptop and come to Puerto Rico and start the company here in Puerto Rico in a cheap and easy way and fast way. So the timing is definitely in our side. You don't need to invest tons and tons of money to bring factories to Puerto Rico. You just need 3 guys that will start hiring 1, hiring 5, hiring 10, probably hiring 100 if we are lucky enough. The future is in the classroom, and I really want to stop here a little bit. I have spent a lot of time talking to students in the last 3 months, and I think probably this is something really logic and basic, but the students need help, and the students are an amazing quality talent students here in Puerto Rico. What is happening in Maya West, in Sagrado Corazon, in the UPR in Puerto Rico, it's definitely great talent, and the talent is leaving, unfortunately. So that's the bad news, that is leaving. But the good news is that it keeps coming every single year. So that's amazing, You have talent coming every year. So we need to take advantage of that. And I wanted to take a slide from a female student of the Maya West engineer, computer science. She's a computer science from Maya West engineer. Maya West, someone from Maya West here? Yeah, yes. So I spent a whole day talking to a student a couple of weeks ago, and she presented this slide. This is what she was teaching in a side project, like an elective, to some of the students that wants to do things differently. Intellectual property, machine learning, video games, big data, Android, iOS, Arduino, Raspberry, security. This is like the university of the future, And she was doing an elective of that. That's how amazing the talent is. There is a space for improvement. So there's a lot of good things, but also space for improvement. So if you talk with entrepreneurs, they'll say with investors, they'll say there's not enough deal flow. If you talk with entrepreneurs, investors are not putting money in startups. Even, it doesn't matter whose fault is. There is an asymmetry there, and they need to talk to each other. So what do they need? What they are looking for? It's not that difficult. What do you want to see from me? I want to see traction. I want to see sales. Okay, let's do it. Let's go and find customers. Let's do it. And just the other way around as well. More programs than entrepreneurs, and sometimes I feel like that. There's tons of programs emerging every single day, but I don't see many entrepreneurs. And this is like a Latin American disease, and you need to integrate towards finding the entrepreneurs, scouting the entrepreneurs. Go to universities, find them. There's huge talent there. Take them, give them some money just to do proof of concept, and then supporting them in the path. But more programs emerging every single day, it's not going to help. Part-time entrepreneurs happen for a reason. I met some entrepreneurs, not all of them, but some entrepreneurs that say, yes, I'm doing this as a side project, but my current job is taking me a lot of time, so I don't have to do this. And I met Y Combinator partner 6 months ago, Michael Siebel, his name. He's the founder of Justin TV, a company that sold in $970 or $1 billion 6 months ago. He told me, I presented to a Latin American startup to him. He told me, one of the things that I found interesting about Latin American startups that I have met is that they're not thinking on doing, they're doing this and this, but they should be doing this or this, you know? And this is a decision that you need to make to be successful. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed. So, summarizing a little bit, I think what is happening in Puerto Rico is super exciting and has the potential to get bigger and bigger. The main problem is no one around Latin America and the US knows what is happening in Puerto Rico. If you ask with, I don't know, Chileans or Argentinians, probably confuse Puerto Rico with Costa Rica. And that, you know, it is that they're not educated or well educated, but they don't know what is happening. And there's so many things happening that we need to put them outside Puerto Rico somehow. So the program that I'm working on is going to do that. We're launching in 2 more weeks, so unfortunately I cannot give you much details. But it's a program that is going to be focused on putting those attributes outside, creating and finding the best talent inside, and also bringing talent from outside to explode the ecosystem here. So we can have the best deal flow, we can create the best deal flow, and to explode elsewhere. The name of the program is Parallel 18. I'm Sebastian Vidal, that's my contact over there. Send me an email if you want. I can put you in touch with people just if you don't know how to start up or whatever. And I'm more than open to receive feedback, to get help, investment, whatever, you name it. Thank you very much.
Un aplauso para Sebastián, el valiente de Chile.
Gracias.